the Gadget God here, and today we are unboxing the Apple iPhone 7 and we are comparing it to the Apple iPhone 6s. Success sounds like success. So first I'm going to go ahead and unbox the iPhone 7. Now I've already had this activated at the Apple Store, so it doesn't have the plastic on it. It's because I'm already using it, but you will notice some of the product differences versus the iPhone 6s. That's how they come when you first open them up. So on the iPhone 7, it now has the paperwork on the very top, where with the iPhone 6s, you had the iPhone at the very top. So not a big deal, just something to point out. And then underneath you have the paperwork as well as the piece that holds the iPhone. So we've all seen the iPhone 6s, what's in the box, all that stuff. But what we want to do is unbox the iPhone 7 and then compare it to the iPhone 6s. So here's our 6s over there on the right. And then here's our iPhone 7. Give me it. Oops. So here's our iPhone 7. I do have the glass screen cover on it already. This is the one that is the privacy screen protector. Now this is actually the screen protector that I used on the iPhone 6s. This is something that's interesting to note. All these Zag glass screen protectors are backwards and forwards compatible with the iPhone 6, 6s, and the iPhone 7. So my 6s glass Zag and VisiShield screen cover works with my iPhone 7. You can see up there, it doesn't block anything. So that was pretty cool. Then you see inside the box of the iPhone 7, got your Apple power block as usual. And then underneath you have your Lightning connector, EarPod headphones. You can see it's a Lightning, that's the remote with microphone there, and then the Lightning connector's on there. Since it doesn't have a headphone jack, we'll talk more about that. And then on the back it has the headphone adapter. So you plug that into the Lightning port in your iPhone 7, and then you have a normal headphone adapter there. They have other accessories you can get online where it will split this into two Lightning adapters. That way, if you want to listen to the iPhone with Lightning adapter headphones and charge your phone at the same time, you can get an accessory for that. And then there's also the cable there. So that's not that very exciting. What I really want to show you is the differences between the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 6s. So as far as physically, they are the same as far as dimensions and weight. So all of your cases will work from your iPhone 6s. They will work with your iPhone 7. The only difference will be if you had something that covered the headphone port, like maybe something that's stuck in there to protect it. That's not going to work the same way on the iPhone 7. So you can see the front's all the same. As far as the iPhone 7, this front-facing earpiece here also is a speaker. So if you're playing audio or YouTube, check out the Gadget God on YouTube. If you're playing something like that on your iPhone 7, the sound comes out of this bottom speaker, just like it does in the 6s, but it also comes out of the headphone piece. So that's a new feature for the iPhone 7. Sides look the same. This is a good opportunity to point out the colors. Now this is the matte black, or just called regular black, versus this is the darkest iPhone that they had for the iPhone 6s and the iPhone 6. This is just the silver. I really like the black color. When I had the iPhone 5, that came in a really dark black, and I was a big fan of that. So I'm glad they went back to that black color scheme. Very stealth. You'll notice the cameras, there's a huge difference there. The iPhone 7 has a dramatically better camera, which is pretty impressive considering that the iPhone 6s had the best camera and still one of the best cameras a year later. You might not be able to see this as well, excuse me, but on the iPhone 7 there's actually a 4-tone flash. You can see how those are kind of split in half into a quadrant, where this one's just split in half into 2. So an even better flash on the iPhone 7. See the sides, everything's all good there. Also on the back, you notice the antenna lines, they're still there. They're just, it's really hard to see, they're just bent upwards and they go around the top now. Look, you almost can't even see it. And that's not a big deal, but for aesthetics, I think that's a good move, definitely a good move. And it's the same thing on the bottom. See, the antenna line is there, it just curves around the edge now, so that's not a big difference there, but aesthetically it's a big difference. Everything's the same there. Now the big thing everyone's freaking out about, two of the big things I'll say, we have the home buttons. There's a difference with those, and then on the very bottom there's a slight difference. So I've actually tested this, seeing how I own it, and this isn't actually a speaker. They took out the headphone jack to fit in a more complicated haptic vibration engine, so you can have stronger and softer pulses, which is also something they advertise with the 6S. But if I play audio, and cover this speaker and cover the front-facing speaker on the iPhone 7, excuse me, it actually, no sound comes out of here. So that's either a stronger microphone or it's really just there to help ease people on the way to the next iPhone, which will have a dramatically different front face. And I can actually mention that now. So on the iPhone 6s, you can double click the home button and it actually is a physical click button. It makes a click sound. On the iPhone 7, if it's off, it doesn't actually click at all. It's really just a flat piece of glass, but it has the haptic vibration engine below it. So when you push, it feels like you're clicking it. And I'll actually admit, I thought that was going to kind of be not really a big deal. You wouldn't notice. You could tell that it was just a piece of glass, but it feels like you're clicking it. It's very impressive. You can also choose 3 levels of force feedback when you're clicking it. You can have barely any click, or a stronger vibration, or an even stronger vibration. One thing I actually like about that bottom button when you're doing it is on the 6S, when you click it, it actually makes a physical clicking sound. I don't know if I can pick that up. Can you hear that? How it's making the actual physical clicking sound? Where on this one, if I physical click it, you can't hear it. So I'm the kind of person who multitasks an awful lot. I'm always double clicking that home button to bring up the multitask switcher. On the iPhone 7, you can't hear that sound. So no one next to you is going to be like, oh, I can hear you multitasking with your home button, gadget god. So I actually like that, and I didn't think I was going to like the home button on the 7. But one of the reasons why they made this a piece of glass now instead of a physical clicking home button, it's just you wait, Gadget God's letting you know, on the next iPhone, they're actually going to integrate the fingerprint sensor into the screen, the normal screen where you'll be pressing things. And that's so they can eliminate these bezels on the top and the bottom. Now, whether they'll eliminate them entirely is still up in the air, but you won't have this giant chin down here for this huge circle button. It's going to be either very minimalistic or it's going to be gone entirely because the fingerprint sensor home button is going to be in the display, like maybe right about here or right about here. So that's why they're slowly transitioning to get people used to the idea of not actually clicking a button and getting used to the home button being more of a piece of glass. So dramatically better camera on the iPhone 7, better flash, much faster processor, which again is crazy because the iPhone 6s still is one of the fastest phones ever made a year later. So the fact that it's even stronger on the iPhone 7 is pretty crazy. Also, you'll notice if you have iOS 10, the newest version of the software, the M9 Motion coprocessor, when you lift your phone, it will wake it. So you don't have to actually press the home button to bring up your notification screen like that. And that's only with the iPhone 6s and the 6S Plus and the iPhone 7 and the 7S, the 7 Plus and newer phones. You don't get that in the iPhone 6 because it doesn't have the M9 Motion coprocessor. So whatever questions you guys have, put them down below. Also check out my other videos that I just posted for the best cases for the iPhone 7. I have a lot of other videos for the best case for the iPhone 6S, the iPhone 6, the iPhone 5, all that stuff. Those are some of my more popular videos. So please, I do the research so you don't have to. Put your questions and comments down below. I will say that the iPhone 7 is a pretty slippery phone, so you definitely want a case on there. So check out my other videos, links below. Best cases you can get for the iPhone 7. Like I said, the Gadget God, I do the research so you don't have to. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.